Aloha, y'all. Welcome to Breaking Normal University. This is a unique experience of the emotional resilience training, and it might be the most important. Because what's going to happen is if you go through this course with someone that you love, or even if it's yourself, there's probably going to be a lot of old, potentially what someone would maybe describe as trapped trauma. Maybe you've heard the issues in the tissues. And there may have been trauma from a very young age from years ago that you might not even consciously remember that rushes to the surface through this experience. And one of the best ways I know to process that is through the consciousness of our breath and manipulating our breath on purpose to transmute those emotions to higher emotions. So maybe from trauma to bliss, or from maybe from boredom to frustration to anger to sadness, and you keep stripping the layers back to all you find is pure bliss and happiness. Life is a lot like an onion in that sense, that sometimes when you pull back the layers you might cry a little bit, but that's also the process of health and wealth and cohesive, and maybe learning how to laugh till you cry or cry till you laugh, like my grandma was a guru at, that lived to over 100 years. And I would say that was maybe one of the main reasons that her fashion statement was living inside out. And I really believe that in order to be able to do that, you have to know how to process the energy and motion in your body, and this is one of the greatest ways I know how to do it. So I would encourage you to make this a daily practice, or maybe 5 to 6 times a week, especially while going through this process. So what I'll first encourage is you to get seated close to the ground with a straight spine, whether you're laying down or sitting up. I'm going to sit up for the sake of the video. I have noticed my breath holds seem to be longer if I'm like in a warm environment and laying down doing it. So you can mix it up. You can do some of these laying down, or you can do them sitting up like I am. And it's going to be, this is going to be a Breaking Normal yin-yang breathing set. It's been kind of a collection of my curation of different breath practices I've been exposed to, with XPT Life and Laird Hamilton and Gabby Reese and Darren Oline and Brian McKenzie, to what Wim Hof does in his breathing techniques, to what Tony Robbins does at some of his conferences, to what I do and how I combine all these different inspirations to one package that I think is the most conducive for me. And I've been bringing it to retreats over the years, and it seems like it's added so much value to so many people's lives, including like breakthroughs in the moment, including like life evolving experiences by doing this one time. And when it's done consistently, it's almost as if we become more magnetic to miracles. Because remember that just like as the device that you're watching this on, your body as well is a coiled electrical charged being that can tune into different frequencies and channels. And I feel like by tuning into the frequency and channel of our breath, we're tuning into the channel and frequency of God. So, y'all ready to get in touch with God? Well, here we go. The first set is going to be 33 deep breaths. This will be the yin portion, because this is a very receptive situation. We're going to be flooding our body with oxygen, just like you would charge your phone so it works properly. This is the way to charge our body so it thrives to its highest capacity. So we're going to do 3 sets of 33 breaths. The first one is going to be 33 deep breaths, and on the final breath, the final relaxed exhale, you're going to sit here in silence and hold your breath as long as you possibly can. And in order to do that, that means finding the deepest level of stillness that you've ever experienced. Power comes from stillness. Power comes from peace. So how peaceful can you be? And that means, when you're holding your breath, can you keep your face so still that you're not burning off any excess oxygen by flexing face muscles or your belly muscles or your sphincter muscles? Can you relax all the way from your mouth to your butthole? Can you do it? And if you can, then I think you're going to get that much more out of this practice. And if you haven't learned how to do that yet, this will help you do that. Because whether it's in times of war or sports or competition or intense presentations, the people that are best at doing that have learned how to breathe from their balls, if you will, or breathe from your sex center and bring that breath all the way to your crown. And I'm not sure if you've ever studied the potential metaphysical metaphor of Jesus being 33 with My understanding, we have 33 vertebrae in our spine, and there's a cerebral spinal fluid that surrounds that, and that's very connected to what people would tie to ascension or kundalini or awakening or the spiritual fluid. And for that spiritual fluid to move in the most cohesive way possible, this type of work, this type of play really works. And what works? The truth works. What is truth? Maybe God. So, like I said, let's get in touch with God, get high in our own supply, and see what kind of connections can be made strictly with our breath. And our breath, if you really think about it, people can go much longer without food, without sleep, without touch, without pretty much anything compared to breathing. Breathing is like the minimum requirement for our body to stay alive in the moment. So are you willing to discover or uncover the power of that breath when you use it as consciously as possible? Let's find out.